I'm still eating.
So anybody have an oil story they want to share this week? Things that have helped them or things that have worked well for you?
Anybody?
I would say that my oil story for the week is probably the fact that I have started with my right ankle having tendonitis like my left ankle had for years. And so I have done nothing about it. I'm stretching and I'm still using all the normal deep blue every night that I have normally used. It hasn't developed into anything, but I feel the tingling. And I wondered what you guys would do.
Tell me about this.
Achilles heel tendonitis in the back of my right ankle. I suffered with my left ankle for 2 years. Then I started taking turmeric and it resolved. And I thought it was the inflammation, but I'm not taking turmeric 100%. And I'm wondering if I should go back to taking turmeric all the time. Ooh, I could put turmeric right on it.
What is it's on the knee. What does
where
the back of your knee look like?
Achilles tendon is where it is, back of my ankle.
Okay, but what does the back of your knee look like? The same leg. What's the supporting muscle doing?
You're so smart. I'm like, why are you asking about my knee? What does that have to do with anything?
Because that's the other side of it. If there's something happening down here, there might be something up here that's causing additional stress and structural damage.
My fat body that's having.
No, the back of the knee. Have you had any swelling on the back of your knee?
I don't think so.
Did you turn or pop your knee at some point that was out of the ordinary?
That could be. I've started walking on the treadmill lately. That could be why.
That could be why. If you are taking a longer gait than normal, you are stretching your Achilles tendon out. And you could just be overworking it.
Yeah, you little smarty pants, you figure that out. Yeah, I started about 4 or 5 days ago, just telling myself if I'm going to survive at Disney, I need to start walking every day. So I've been on my treadmill. So
okay, so take smaller steps on your treadmill.
Okay.
And see if that doesn't help.
Elaine, you have short legs like I do. And you do have to take smaller steps. I always tell everybody. My dad was 6'2", and he would take me by the hand and we'd go walking and I'd be running.
Yeah.
And he's just walking because our legs are short and it's you got to take smaller steps.
And I keep
Christine just
go ahead.
Did a very similar thing. She just started working out, going to a gym last week. And then on Saturday, she went for a 5.5 mile walk. And, she broke her left ankle several years ago. And Sunday night, she said, okay, my ankle's really hurting. And my whole left side, my hip and my knee. I said, are you using your deep blue or using lemongrass and wintergreen? And she's using lemongrass, wintergreen, and copaiba. And the copaiba has helped her the most. And she was able to go back to the gym today. So,
So if you're not taking your turmeric often enough or consistently, I would do rosemary for the pain, copaiba for the pain and the inflammation.
Okay. I will try that. Yeah, interesting.
Rosemary. There's a constituent in the rosemary called camphor. It is a menthol or an alcohol, something. Anyway, camphor is a pain reliever. It is one of the ingredients in camphophenique, which is one of the pain relievers we had as when in the 80s when I was a kid.
Yeah. And
so camphor is a nerve deadener. It reduces the nerve signals for pain. So rosemary, one of the major constituents of rosemary oil is camphor.
Love it.
So if I so one quick question. So you think if I mixed rosemary and copaiba, that would help with the arthritis in my hands?
Absolutely.
I'm gonna
copaiba and rosemary would work together really well.
I'm gonna adding rosemary.
Yes. And rosemary is also a healthy hair growth plus. So if you don't mind the hairy knuckles.
For my hands not to hurt, I will take the hairy knuckles.
There you go. There you go. Now, your hands are your joints. It's not your carpal tunnel.
No, it's the rheumatoid.
She knows it's rheumatoid.
Okay.
I thought it was carpal tunnel. That's when I found out I had the rheumatoid.
Yeah.
There you go. There you go. Okay. Well, at
Thanks
least
for
it's
all
not
that
carpal
help.
tunnel. That's a lot more serious.
Laura's here too. I love it. Okay. We are going to
Laura.
Yes, glad you're here, Laura. Thanks for coming in. We're going to introduce our speaker tonight, who's given us all this great information already. Patti is going to teach tonight about going back to school with oils. I'm excited to see the direction that she goes with it. She's mom of 3 and married to Dales. She's extremely knowledgeable because she does have a medical background. And so I love, love, love to hear from Patti with all the details that she has for us. I'm going to turn time right over to her because she's got lots of information for us.
So thank you very much, everyone, for coming. Yes, we do have some interested folks for the recording. So thank you for remembering to record,
Yep.
Shalene. So I started this presentation about 2 weeks ago, and I had a long list of bullet list ideas that I wanted to incorporate. And yesterday I looked at the length of all the information. I had 20 slides. And I said, no. So now I have 12 slides, which means everything is kind of condensed. And let's just get to it and we'll get through it.
Good.
Can I share screen?
Yep. Share screen.
Thank you very much. Where's my screen? There's my screen. I'm looking for this one. Oh, what happened to my other? Oh, you know what? Hold on. There it is. Can you see me now?
It is still not showing your screen. So
This. Can you see me now?
Nope.
All
Still
right, hold on a second. Share screen on. Oh, you know what? I didn't hit the share button.
There it is. Now we got it.
Okay. All right. So here is let me get the full screen up. There we go.
Great.
And here is the slideshow. Okay. So we're going back to school with doTERRA support. So summer is over and our new work has just begun. We have a new foundation of wellness pyramid over here. I thought you guys would like to see it. We have on the very basic is nutrition and digestion. But without this, we don't have anything else. And the next level up is movement and metabolism. And we now have a new product we're going to talk about at the end regarding our metabolism. We still know that we have to rest and manage stress, reduce toxicity, have informed self-care and proactive medical care. And now that we're back in school, it's even more important now that kids are back in campus, they're back in school. The threats are not done. We are now living with a constant threat level. So we'll go into a little bit more of how to help with these things. Come on, where's my page down? Come on. Oh, there we go. Okay, so who needs this doTERRA support this year? Well, the grown-ups do. They need stress, sleep, nutrition, metabolic, immunity support to manage schedule changes, getting those kids up and out early again, and of course, the germ warfare that the kids bring home to us. We've got the little people. They need nutrition, sleep, stress, and immune support to think and to grow with a new set of cohorts in the classroom demands every single year. They get exposed to a new lab setting for germs. The young adults, they also need help and support for hormone changes, nutrition gaps, emotional stress, sleep, and immune support. Their bodies are growing and they're changing at unheard of rates heretofore. Even when they were little people, they didn't change as much as they are going to change now into adulthood. And then, of course, we have our teachers. These are our exceptional adults who have emotional stress. They have nutritional gaps. They have sleep and they need sleep and metabolic support to manage the demands of all of these other three. That's right, we stress out our teachers. So we're going to start with our little ones first, and we're going to talk about a little bit about nutrition. There are 2 supplements with doTERRA. One of them is A to Z, which is a chewable tablet. It tastes slightly of orange, but it's got a great combination of B vitamins and your basic A, C, and E, because that helps with energy. It helps with helping them to have a more even flow of energy, so they don't have sugar spikes. Some of those chewable vitamins out there are nothing but sugar. And doTERRA doesn't present their chewables this way. It is a tablet that is chewable, not a gummy. So it has the ability to hold on to other flavorings besides just sweeteners. And then we also have this IQ Mega, which is a wonderful fish oil supplement, but it doesn't taste like fish. It really doesn't. It's got a nice zesty orange flavor to it with our wild orange essential oil. And this is a liquid supplement, so it can be mixed with juices, smoothies. It can be mixed into oatmeal, which is really yummy. And it's got incredible DHA and EPA supplements in it. Now, DHA about 20 years ago was found to support brain growth in newborns. And if it helps a newborn baby grow that's already programmed to grow, it's going to help your school-age children. So this is where we start with our nutrition and digestion. PB Assist Junior is out of stock right now, but it is coming back. We're crossing our fingers that it'll be back soon, and that's when we'll get more of our gut health support as well. So these are all going to be available to you through the recording, so you can read at your leisure. Then the next thing I wanted to start talking about was our kids' essential oil support kit. It is our children's combination. There's 7 oils that are 7 blends of oils. The first one we're going to talk about is Stronger. This is our protective blend. This is for, excuse me, I'm swallowing pretty heavily right now. This is helps evoke feelings of wellness and vitality. This is a refreshing scent. It's bright and uplifting. It's got wood and floral oils. It is great to help kids deal with some light seasonal threats, but it also helps them feel more, I guess you could say, revitalized. It's an uplifting scent for them. And of course, these are blended with coconut oil, so they're safe for topical applications. Thinker is our next one down here. This one's got peppermint, clementine, and rosemary and vetiver in it. This is one of my son's favorite focus oils. I gave this to him every day on the back of his neck before going to school, and it really helped him sort of focus and keep his mind clear at school. This combination is quite, it's a soft smell to it, but it has that minty kind of grounding. I mean, it's kind of funny to say that it's minty and it's earthy at the same time, but it's a really nice mix with rosemary. And the rosemary and the peppermint the peppermint is a vasodilator, which is a cooling oil, and the rosemary is a topical anesthetic. So that also helps with a little bit of a headachy thing. If kids have a little headache, you can put the Thinker on the back of their neck or across their forehead. You want to be careful around the eyes, of course, because you don't want kids to go wiping the oils into their eyes. But it's a really good combination for a lot of kids. Next, we have Steady. This is the grounding blend for youngsters. This was also one of my son's morning routines, was to put Steady right on his heart. And basically, it helped him to deal with all of the input from being in the classroom. He's autistic, so the lights are brighter and they make noises. The lights hum, and the kids shuffling their feet and moving their books around is very distracting for him. So this keeps him sort of mellow and able to, think about things a little bit. It has a balsam fir, which is a very wonderful effect on your balance, your calming influence. And the magnolia, of course, is one of those linalool alpha florals that works like a dream when it comes to your brain and serotonin values in your brain. We used to put this on his heart, and he's always had a really good response to steady when he gets upset. So it is a great everyday blend for the kids. And then there's Brave. Now, this is what we call a courage blend. It has amorous wood in it, and it's got cinnamon bark and wild orange as well. And Brave was always something, it goes, see it, it's got a little heart on the cap. And that was something we would always put on his heart when he was troubled by, I don't know, maybe telling the truth when he was doing something wrong. That always gave him okay, I have to take responsibility for this. It was a very useful oil for him in growing up and maturing emotionally. And also it kind of helps with, motivation. It's got that wild orange in it. It's got that kind of that crispiness to it that kind of brings out your ability to take on challenges. And we have 3 of them here. We've got Tamer, which is a digestive blend. It is a very mild form of a digestive blend. It's got a little spearmint in it. It's got Japanese peppermint and ginger. And you just rub this right on your belly. It's got a little body symbol on it right up here, if you guys can see that. I'm sorry, the images weren't very clearly focused, but you see a little body image right here. It goes right on the belly, right around the belly button. And it helps with, I don't know, those school lunches. We all have those school lunch stories. And it just helps to kind of settle down nervous butterflies and upset stomach and, gassy tension and stuff like that. And you can actually use this one on babies. I've heard that it goes on their feet. Then there's Rescuer here, which is our soothing blend. So this is like our adult deep blue, but this is there's a bit of a different combination of oils here for the kids. It's a much more gentle, and it's less hot, less warming than the deep blue that we have. It's got copaiba, lavender, spearmint, and this called xanthosylum is unique to this blend. We don't use it in anything else. And it's a really calm, soothing oil. It's got a nice, fresh aroma. And of course, it is diluted for use on sensitive skin. And then this one I wanted to talk about, Calmer. This is the Restful Blend. This has Roman chamomile and Buddha wood in it. And it's also really nice on the skin for if your skin gets a little red or rashy or you get a scratch on it. It's actually really nice to use as a moisturizer. We can use it at night. My son used this every day, straight down the back of his spine. And it really helped him sort of like relax and accept things that were going on. So for my son, we used the Thinker for Focus, the Calmer on his back, and the Steady on his heart. And it really gave him a benefit as he was going into school for the day. So these 7 oils that I just went through. This is our children's collection. And you can use all, some, one. We used 3 of them most of the time. And we're going to transition now into our young adults. And our young adults are, their nutritional foundation is going to be the same lifelong vitality that the adults have.
Hey, Patty,
Why? Yes.
Patty, can I ask one question? You said something about your boys loving the kids' oil so much before you left there. I was hoping you'd go there. And I can't remember what it's called, but something to do with the stones from What is the Marvel movie
The
called?
Washa?
No,
Oh,
the yeah,
Infinity Stones.
the Infinity Stones.
Oh, yes, when they were younger. That's so
It just
funny.
cracks me up.
Yes. Okay. So because they're all different colors, right? They're the same 6 colors as the Infinity Stones from the Marvel movies. And so my youngest son, who is now 14, when we started using the children's collection on him in 2018, when it was created, he called these his infinity oils and his oil shields. Now he was second grade, third grade. He's autistic. And so this was his protection. We would in the mornings, we would do shields up, and he would have his infinity oils on. It was just what he could relate to, because there's a stone for mind, there's a stone for time, there's a stone for, there's a soul stone, there's a stone for reality. And so he would have these correlations with these different colors of the oils. And he really appreciated. I mean, he made the connection to how well he was feeling and how easily his day would go when he had the oils. He never developed a taste for the chewables, though. But now that he's 14, he's eating the chewable vitamins every morning. So we're progressing to adult oils with him because he's 14 and he's got the hormones coming, but he still can't swallow pills to take the LLV for adults. So he's doing the chewable vitamins for kids. And he's asking about the PB Assist Junior when it's coming back, because he really likes that too. So this is the LLV. This is our #1 seller. This is our Lifelong Vitality vitamin pack. And we have we have 3 bottles, but they also come in sachets. And the thing I wanted to mention for the teenagers is that they can put the sachets, the little packets of the 6 basic supplements in their gym bag. They can put it in their purse. They can take it, at school with water, with their lunch. They can get their 2 doses in without having to carry a bunch of loose pills or bottles in their gym bag. So I want to make that, the parents, avail yourself of the sachet packets for the Lifelong Vitality. It's 1 packet in the morning and 1 packet in the evening. And sometimes our kids, when they're heading out, they wake up late because they can't, they don't have a nocturnal, they don't have their diurnal schedule set up yet. And so they don't sleep well at night. So they don't get up on time in the morning. Everyone who's got a teenager, raise their hand on that one. They can take the sachets with them in their backpack, in their gym bag, in their purses to school. They can take these vitamins at the bus stop with a little water or a little juice or a little smoothie bottle or whatever. And then again at lunchtime, they can take a second dose of the vitamins, and they can get their full array of nutrition. These are some of the things that we're concerned about as these bodies are growing and changing. Bone health, immune function, stress management, healthy hair, skin and nails, eye, brain, nervous system, liver function, digestive health, because kids are eating all kinds of stuff in the cafeteria, lung and respiratory health. These do not contain any genetically modified material and they're dairy free. We do also have a vegan supplement for those who are following those nutritional dietary guidelines. And with this, and I didn't find a good enough visual for you, is the PB Assist, the daily probiotic, prebiotic feeder that we have. It's a 2-part capsule. 1 part is probiotics, 1 part is prebiotics, because if you don't give the probiotics anything to eat, they will not take hold in your digestive system, and you'll just be running probiotics through your system without them actually gaining a colony foot. So it's really important to feed those buggies, feed the good buggies when you're feeding your body. Another thing that teenagers go through is an inordinate amount of stress. There's stress for homework, stress for social situations, stress for test taking. There's stress for being around someone that you think is cute or being around someone that you think is hideous. There's stress for every single reason under the sun. And this adaptive family of supplements is known as our calming blend. It has an incredibly effective bioavailability, and it's also bioadaptive. If you need something to focus with, the adaptive will work as a focus tool. If you need something to calm down, then the adaptive works as a calming tool. If you need something to sort of just ground you in the moment so that you can breathe through a situation, it actually works as a grounding tool. For some reason, and I don't know all the chemistry in it, the adaptive it's a bioadaptive. It becomes what you need. You can create a sense of balance and adaptivity to every situation. And we have four different, we have three application availabilities. We have a topical application, we have an internal application in the capsules, and we have an aromatherapy application in the full strength oil. And it is a wonderful additive to teenagers. This is now the one oil that my son uses every single day. It's in his backpack. His teachers know it's there. His aides know it's there. This is the roll-on. This is what he uses every day now. And it has an incredible, it's got magnolia, lavender, neroli, and sweet gum, which is so calmative to both the brain and the central nervous system. And then it's got wild orange and spearmint to kind of uplift you, and copaiba and rosemary to soothe anxiety. Like I said, this is the central focus blend, central calming blend for teenagers and for teachers. I mean, I'm not gonna lie to you. This
for
helps.
all of us.
Yes, this adaptive, and it's amazing how well it works for folks who have ADHD, and it really helps them with focus and not having anxiety in social situations. It's a very, very effective supplement. And then we've got all those teenagers hanging out in their new laboratory of high school. And there was so many On Guard products. I wanted to go into detail on every single one of them, but these are the ones I think that are going to be most effective for the location of being in school. We've got the soft gels, which is a dietary supplement. It has it's got about 3 drops of On Guard in the soft gel, and it's an immune system helper. It really is. It helps to fight off bad buggies. It helps our body identify and fight off bad buggies. These are the On Guard drops. These are lozenges that, teenagers or anybody really in school can just pop these in anytime they're feeling a little scratchy in the throat or a little drooly in the snaz or whatever. It's a medical term, drooly in the snaz. They can pop one of these in and just sort of help themselves fight off germs. I have also used this On Guard lozenge when I didn't have the opportunity to brush my teeth in the middle of the day. Because it does actually help with reducing germs that cause plaque and etc. in the mouth. So it helps with all kinds of microbes. This is my son's favorite thing to take to school in the morning. If he took nothing else, he would take this On Guard hand sanitizer. When he goes in and out of his classrooms, and he uses it on his hands. When he sits down at the desk, he'll spray it on his hands and then wipe it over the keys or the keyboard if he's using a different keyboard, he uses that as a way to sort of sanitize the keyboard, because you can't spray it on there. He uses it to wipe over the mouse. the little mouse that he uses when he's in his computer classes, because 70 or 80 other kids are using those same computer keyboards. So he loves this On Guard, and I have to refill these for him all the time. And then there are On Guard wipes, which I think are great for older kids. They're for your hands if you don't have a sanitizing mist, but they're also good for teachers. They have 70% ethyl alcohol in the mist, hand sanitizing spray, and in the sanitizing wipes. And they're 99.9% effective against common germs, including the flu virus and other viruses. They have a warm, woodsy scent to them. But you can't put these in your mouth. These are for external only. These are for internal only. Okay, any questions about the On Guard? No? Okay, no questions. Excellent. Next slide. So as teenagers become more adult-like, their body changes in ways that we all know as moms. We know this is going to happen. Our teenage girls are going to have days when they are in pain, and they still have to perform at school. And they are going to need something to help them maintain some sort of, social propriety. Clary Calm is one of those incredibly effective oil blends for a specific use, and it is for menstrual pain and cramping. It is just for women, but I tell you what, if you teach your young boys to carry this Clary Calm and their girls in their classrooms have these pains, they can help them out. It's like you should always teach your young boys to be respectful and helpful of young girls. And I think this is a very, very good way to teach them empathy, sympathy, and community building in their classroom. This is an external blend. It has a lot of relaxing and skin relaxing and skin sensitive oils in it. Roman chamomile, lavender, cedar wood, clary sage. These are designed to soak in through the skin wherever a young girl is having a menstrual cramp. The clary sage just goes right on the skin above that cramp, whether it's in her back, whether it's in her belly. Some young women actually have menstrual cramps that radiate down their thighs. I know I was one of them that had that. Oh man, if I would have had this instead of Tylenol in high school. Yes, and it's what?
I thought I was muted. Sorry. Yeah, that reminds me of the time I had to go through it. Yes, sorry.
Yes, you remember this. Okay, so for those moms of girls, this is one of those blends that you just want to put this in their Christmas stocking. You want to put it in their back to school kit. So the other part that happens, the other thing that happens when your body starts changing and is you break out. I'm sorry, there's just so much going on in a teenager's body from poor food choices to poor sleeping to, extra gym class. Maybe they're not getting their shower time during the school day, which I don't even think kids take showers now unless they're in after school stuff, after school athletics. This is a amazing 3-step system to work with clearing up skin blemishes and other acne issues. This one does not have any harsh chemicals. It doesn't have abrasive treatments. It is a very gentle and of course it has essential oils in it. It's great. I mean, I use this for my older son, and my younger son is now starting to have some blemishes and some eruptions. And so I have this system now for him. It is a cleanser, it is a moisturizer, and it is a spot treatment. This roll-on is the spot treatment, and this is amazing. It works less than overnight, seriously. if I have a whitehead or a blemish, which I hardly get any anymore, but I can put this right on the blemish and it calms the blemish down. It takes out the redness. It doesn't dry up the skin. It doesn't create a crusty like, a crust-like feeling to the skin, unlike some of those other spot treatments that you'll see on the counters at the pharmacy. This is a very gentle product, and it works so well. It really does work well for teenagers.
Patty, I got one suggestion. This is the
Yeah.
one oil on the roll-on that I suggest people roll it onto their finger and touch it where they need it, and use a different finger, roll it onto their finger, touch it where they need it. You don't want to be using the roll-on where the oils from the skin can get caught up in the roll-on.
Right, exactly, because you don't want to place that oil back on the skin that when that ball goes around 360 degrees. Yes, you have to, before you touch blemishes, you have to wash your hands real good. And I think that's a great idea, is you roll it onto a finger and you touch a blemish, and then you roll it on another finger and touch another blemish. I think that's a really good way to do it. Another way to do it is to take a cotton pad and roll it onto a cotton pad, and then you get a larger area that you can dab the cotton pad on. You don't want to put a lot of pressure on blemish, on whiteheads or on blackheads, because you don't want to push that deeper into the skin, But yeah, you're right. I agree with you. You don't want to roll that right on your blemish. So the next thing we're going to talk about is the grown-ups and the teachers. And for grown-ups and teachers, we have a huge MetaPower system here. This is our metabolic health. If we start with nutrition and supplementation, and I've gone through a few of them already, then what else do we need for optimal health? Well, we need our metabolism to behave itself. And we do that by helping ourselves not take in junk. We help our bodies detoxify with these metabolic helpers. We have a soft gel. We have this is a soft gel. These are the metabolic boosters. This is our beadlet, and this is the full strength oil. We have a MetaPower gum that helps in between meals. And we also have MetaPower Advantage, which is a crystalline form that you mix into your water. I wouldn't put it in a plastic water bottle, but we've all graduated to metal water bottles now, so we can use this in our metal water bottles, our refillables. This MetaPower will be available starting September 15th, and it is an incredibly powerful add-on to our LLV and our supplements. It is an amazing way to trim down extra weight. We have heard some beautiful reviews on this so far, but I haven't tried it yet, but I will. I will be one of the first people to try this, I guarantee you. I have hit that last 20 pounds on my diet program that I just can't cut out. And this is what I'm going to be using to take that out. When we have a healthy metabolism, it helps us with our stress management, because we're not stress eating anymore. When we have a healthy metabolism, we sleep at night. When our metabolism is healthy, we don't pack on pounds and we don't store, extra weight. We're able to just slough that off. If our metabolism is burning properly, if we have our proper nutrition in place, if we have our supplements and our probiotics in place, then we can use these this MetaPower metabolic supplement to kind of finish off the job, sort of put the cherry on top, so to speak. We've got all these layers of nutrition and rest and wellness and stress relief and focus. And now you just put the cherry on top of that and say, we're going to get rid of all the extra stuff that's just hanging around in our bodies. And there, folks, that's how we live a powerful life. And it's powerful for us, for our children, and for our children's teachers.
Amazing. Patty,
Ta-da!
wow. Okay, Patty, not only do I love to listen to you talk, but I love that you can go from medical terms to things like, I don't know, snoz and other stuff. Because it endears me to you, and I feel like you're just down to earth like the rest of us, but you do have a lot of knowledge that you impart so beautifully. And thank you so much for all that wonderful information.
You're welcome. Was there any questions? The only thing I didn't go over was sleep.
Yes. And
So that was one of the things I had to cut out, because we have an incredible array of Serenity products that I just couldn't fit in there, you know. Does anybody have any questions?
Tammy put in the chat, is there a recommended application for adaptive feet, wrist, back of neck, etc.?
Yeah, the adaptive, if you like the way it smells, then you can put it on your wrists and take 3 deep breaths. If you don't like the way it smells, you can put it on your feet and put your socks on and go about your day. My son, I put it on from the base of his skull to the base of his spine, all the way down the back. And I put it on the wrists for his pressure points, and he gives himself 3 deep breaths. And that's right before he puts his backpack on and walks out the door. And it helps him a lot. It works very well for him. He has a more intense, I guess, you know, it's like all of this stuff that we filter out, he can't filter out any, you know, lights hum, fans jiggle, the lights blink for him, stuff like that. He sees things and feels things differently than we do in our regular day-to-day activity. Let's see, for an older child, those that can swallow the pills, I would absolutely say, take one of those adaptives when you take your morning LLV. You know, it's just one of those things where it's going to help with children who have ADHD and ADD tendencies, even though they may not be officially diagnosed with it. It really helps them. You know, we've had observational reports of people with who have been diagnosed with ADD and ADHD needing more help than their prescription can give them. And the adaptive has worked for them. And it's really important to, you know, to work within someone's diagnosis in a way that's not going to, you know, countermand their prescriptions, but help them in addition to their prescriptions. So adaptive is one of these biogenerative blends that kind of can do it all, can do a little bit of everything for you, you know?
I have a question.
Yeah.
What was it you said helps with acne or with your breakouts?
HD Clear.
Okay, thank you.
And
Yeah, there's a face wash. It's a 3-part system. There's a face wash, there is a moisturizer or skin conditioner, and then there's a blemish treatment. The blemish treatment roll-on is what Shalene and I went into a little bit of detail on, as far as, you know, keeping the roll-on clean and not reintroducing facial oils or facial bacteria. Now, if you use the cleanser and then the skin conditioner before you use the blemish roller, of course, it'll stay cleaner that way too.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I mean, my oldest son had acne on his back, and the HD Clear was awesome for his back.
It's so cool.
Yeah.
Patty, great information. Thank you so much. And next week, come back for anxiety. Now, we had a class live, and we haven't been doing that very much for the last 2 years, but had a class in my home Saturday live, and we had 9 people here. People are anxious and stressed these days and looking for natural answers. So come next Tuesday to hear more about that. Thank you for joining us tonight, guys, and really great information, Patty. Thank you. And we will pause for about 30 seconds before we start with our short business meeting. Thanks for coming.